So welcome back to another deck profile video, Tamers. In today's video we are covering Omnimon Alter-S from EX09. This is predominantly a CS line, so if you're expecting the matte tie range, sadly you won't see that here. But yeah, we're going to dive straight into it as we always do, starting with our Digi-Eggs. But I hope you enjoyed the video, otherwise skip to the end and you'll see the deck profile there. First off, we're running just the one egg. It's Coromon from BT14. It's your turn once per turn. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, you draw one card. This is the best egg for the deck, just generally. There are other variants that you could use if you choose. However, this is the one that often sees gameplay in this deck the most. When moving on to our rookies, we're starting with a 4 of Agumon from BT22. It's on play effects that you may return one Digimon card with Greymon, Garurumon or Omnimon in its name from your trash to your hand. Its inherited effect is an end of turn DNA effectively. But yeah, this is just a very good 4 to have generally to make sure that you can get your pieces, especially mid to late game. But yeah, definite 4 The next 4 what we're running is Gabumon from BT22 as well. It's on play, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and you can add one card with Omnimon in its text and one card with the CS trait among them to your hand. You place the rest to the bottom of the deck. Again, its inherited effect stat of an end of turn DNA. This is generally the turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, etc. searcher for this deck. It really is crucial to have this card to search for your pieces. The next 2 that I'm running is Agumon from EX4. This is an on-play effect of revealing the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can add one Digimon card with Greymon in its name and one Digimon card with Gabumon, Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, and then you place the rest on top of the deck in any order. Its inherited effect on this occasion is your turn once per turn, but when one of your other Digimon digivolves, you gain 1 memory. But yeah, solid 2 to have. Next 2 I'm running is Gabumon, mainly for the same reasons, because then they can search each other or other cards. But the on play for this one's a top 3, and instead you would grab Garurumon in name, and then one card with Agumon, Greymon or Omnimon in its name, and then you place the cards on the top of the deck. Similar to the Agumon you've just seen, its inherited effects your turn once per turn, but when one of your Digimon digivolves, you gain 1 memory. Right, and so there's no champions or ultimates in this deck, so we're going to move on to Megas. So starting with 2 of BT17's War Greymon. You can reduce the play cost by 3 if you have a Taikamiya in play. It's on play, and when digivolving, you have 2 effects that you can trigger. You have to activate one or the other. The first one is that you would warp Digivolve a Gabumon into a Metal Garurumon, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. Alternatively, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8000 DP or less. Inherited wise, if it's got Omnimon in name, you trash the top card of your opponent's security when you attack. Similarly, you've got Metal Garurumon from BT17 as well. Again, you can reduce the play cost by 3 if you have Matashida in play. It's on play, and when digivolving, you either warp digivolve the Agumon into War Greymon, or you stop one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers from suspending until the end of their turn. Similarly, its inherited effect is if it's Omnimon in name, it unsuspends when attacking. Right then, so moving on to our 4 now. So we've got War Greymon from BT22. It's got a hand effect, so if you have Nokia in play, you can digivolve over the top of an Agumon for a cost of 6, ignoring Digivolution requirements. Then you can activate one of 2 effects. One is to either warp digivolve the Gabumon into Metal Garurumon, or alternatively you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. Much like the earlier War Greymon, it has the same inherited effect of trashing your opponent's top security card when swinging, as long as you're Omnimon in name. Next 4 is Metal Garurumon from BT22 as well. Has the same hand effect, except it would digivolve over a Gabumon instead. And then you activate one of the 2 following effects. Either warp digivolve an Agumon into a War Greymon, or you can return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level back to their hand. Much like the earlier Metal Garurumon, it also has the same inherited effect of if it has Omnimon in name, you unsuspend. So moving on to our Omnimons then. So it can hand counter using War Greymon and Metal Garurumon. It comes with Raid and Blocker. It's on play and when Digivolving effects. If DNA Digivolving, choose one of your opponent's Digimon and return it and all of their Digimon with the same level to the bottom of their deck. And then you may delete one of their Digimon. It does obviously come with an overflow, which is -5. So it can be costly, and that's the only reason why I'm running one. Because predominantly you're going to be using the other ones. We're running a 2 of BT22's new Omnimon. It's got blocker, it's got both decode for red or black, as well as blue and yellow. Now, on play when attacking, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. But when Digivolving, for every 2 same level cards this Digimon has in its sources, you can return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck, then this Digimon may attack. So that's why we're running 2 of this as opposed to more ace cards. Omnimon Alter-S DNAs over both a blue and red level 6 Digimon. When Digivolving, if DNA Digivolving your opponent's Digimon effects do not affect this Digimon for the turn, and then you delete all of their Digimon with the highest level. At the end of the attack, you essentially play out a Greymon in name and a Garurumon in name from its sources, and if you do, you place this Digimon on the top of your security. Now, you're going to have to forgive me if I'm saying the names wrong, but we're running a 2 of BT5's Nokia. Its on play is that you may play one Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying the cost, and then it also has a your turn effect. When one of your Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand with Greymon, Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, by suspending this tamer, you reduce that Digivolution cost by 1. It's just a solid 2 of to have if you can't find the other one. And especially just to get the Digimon out and play. The next 2 of that we're running is Taikamiya and Matt Shida for BT17. Its all turns effect is when one of your Digimon are played or Digivolved, by suspending this tamer, if you have a Digimon with Greymon in name, you gain 1 memory, and similarly if you have Garurumon in name, you also gain 1 memory. At the end of turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon with Omnimon in its name may attack a player. That's the reason why we're still running a 2 of this card, because you can still get the memory gain and still get that end of turn swing. The 4 of that we're running for Nokia in BT22, essentially the memory setter of the deck, but she also has a start of main effect and on play. If you have 1 or fewer Digimon, and then you may play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying the cost. All turns, all of your Digimon with Greymon, Garurumon and Omnimon in their names get 1000 EP. So the more you get out, the higher the body's going to be. But yeah, definitely a solid 4 of to have if you're running the CS line. So the last of our Tamers is a 4 of Mireille from BT22. She has a start of main phase effect. By returning this Tamer to the bottom of the deck, you may play either 1 play cost 4 or higher Mireille, or play cost 4 or higher Tamer card with the CS trait from your hand without paying the cost. Ultimately, this goes hand in hand with the BT22 Nokia. On play, by trashing 1 card with the Holy Beast Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel, or CS trait from your hand, you draw 2 cards. Option cards, we're running 4 Miraculous Mega Knights. The main effect, you play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand or trash without paying the cost, and then place this in the battle area. All turns, when one of your Digimon with Greymon or Garurumon in its name would leave the battle area, outside of a battle you activate Delay, essentially DNA Digivolving into an Omnimon in your hand. Security wise, you get to play 1 Tamer card with Taikamiya or Matt Shida in its name, then add this card to your hand. The last 2 cards of the deck is Kuremi's Detective Agency. The main effect is that you reveal the top 3 cards of the deck, and then you can add 1 CS trait card among them to your hand. You place the rest to the bottom of the deck, and then place this card in your battle area. The second main effect is delay only, but you gain 2 memory, so much like a memory boost. This does come in handy from time to time. It's definitely worth a 2 of, but that's it. That's our 50 card deck. So that's it. That's our 50 deck profile. You'll see the image on the screen now. Feel free to use this to create versions of the deck or amend versions you already have. I was previously running the Matt and Ty version, but out of personal preference, I believe the CS trait deck is better. I believe it gels better. And essentially the draw power you get from it is a lot better than the previous versions we've had. The deck itself, you know, Omnimon is very strong in this format at the moment, regularly seeing top 3 finishes in our, you know, regional events across the globe. So if you're building for strength, naturally this is a deck for you. If you want to have fun, you can have fun with this deck, but I don't think your opponent's going to have quite as much fun. So just bear that in mind. But yeah. Otherwise, thank you all for watching the video. Like the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.